So for 3 days, I did 3 speeches in 3 different cities, and I filmed it all. So follow me through that process where I give a year-end speech to my teams in Hanoi, Da Nang, and Saigon. So we start off with Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City party. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Good evening, everyone. I feel really excited to be in the room tonight with you. A challenging year is over, and we look forward to 2025. And I want to talk about a dream I have for you. I have a dream for you that if I could teach you one thing, if you would just get one thing that I could teach you in the last 9 years I've worked here, it would be this. I have 3 things that I want you to think about and challenge yourself to be different in 2025. These things are how you think, how your feelings control your habits, and how it takes action and follow through to finish anything. The first thing is thinking, how you think. If you think about problems, you're going to have problems. If you think about solutions to problems, your focus, your energy will go to solving those problems. Most people get stuck thinking about the problem only. So if I could change one thing for you, it would be how you look at your problems, how you look at your challenges. When I first moved to Hanoi in 2016, I lived in Teho, and I had to drive to work, and I would ride a super noisy iron. My gosh, I had the noisiest pipes on there. Anyways, it took me 25 minutes to get from where I was living to the dealership on a good day. And of course, I'm the boss, I can't be late, but man, all of a sudden there'd be traffic. You know, one day it was fine, the next day I had a big traffic jam, and sometimes it would take an hour. So I had to come up with a solution. I had to change my thinking. I had to focus on the solution, and I found that I could go the long way around, and it took 35 minutes. But it took 35 minutes whether the sun was shining, whether it was raining, whether no traffic jam ever. And so I adjusted my timing. I made sure that I went the long way every day, but I was never late to work. So how you think and how you look at problems is incredibly important. People that are stuck, people that never succeed, people that don't get ahead are always looking at their problems. They look at what they don't have, not what they have, or how can they fix their problem. So that's number 1, is thinking. How do you think? Henry Ford says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Morning, Max. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go. Yes, he does. He's Max. He's a professional. Okay. Dropping off this guy to gymnastics and then heading to the airport. Year-end party number 2 on our way to Da Nang. Baby, can you say hi?
Good day, Dad.
Okay, baby boy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Another airplane.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning,
We have
guys.
one more.
On the plane to Da Nang. Here we go. Okay, landed in Da Nang. Head to the dealership. This is the fun part. Getting to and fro. Now head to the dealership. I'll get some lunch later and show you where I go to lunch when I'm in Da Nang. Now I wait for a taxi to take me to lunch. And then later on we will head to the hotel and get ready for tonight's year-end party. Okay, gonna take you to my favorite spot for lunch in Da Nang. Esco Beach. Thank you, Ang.
Yes.
Hello, Em. Just this one. Just that one. Thank you. Oh, they moved the counter out. Hi, Em. Wow, remodel, huh? Change. I had not been here for a while. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yep, thank you. Waves are coming in. So this place is owned by one of my customers. And it sits right here on the beach. Called Esco Beach Club. Some pretty big waves today for the Da Nang Beach. Okay, so I am on my fast trip to Da Nang year-end party tonight. Last night was the Ho Chi Minh City year-end party, and tomorrow I have the Hanoi year-end party. So how that works in Vietnam, they have the lunar calendar and they follow the lunar calendar, and for culture, they always have a year-end party. So we get all the staff together, they get some gifts, and we have a good dinner. And so this is about taking you through the things that I do when I go to the 3 different cities that we have dealerships in. And thanks for checking it out. Okay, lunch is done. Now head to the hotel, get changed, go to the gym before the year-end party tonight. Of course, It's always nice to be in Da Nang. Feels good, a little bit cool today, which is unusual. Usually it's super hot here. So either pouring rain or super hot. And I'll take this cloudy in-between weather for sure. Okay, now get ready to go to the gym. Okay, I get ready to head to the gym. I got a little welcome note from the general manager, some treats. And now it's time to head to the gym. And I'm gonna walk. I have a gym membership at a gym not too far from here. So let's go for a walk. Okay, it's Saturday. I am going to the gym now. Walk along the river. That's my hotel behind me. I used to live in Da Nang for a little while, and I ended up getting a gym membership here. And then I talked my wife into getting a gym membership here. And literally the day after I transferred the money for her gym membership, we decided to move back to Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm gonna find out if I still have some gym membership left. I think I do. We'll see. Da Nang is a, resort town. For business, it's a little bit slow here. There's not a lot of, industry and wealth here. A lot of people that work in the service industry work here. Different than Hanoi, different than Ho Chi Minh City. So we have a small operation here tonight at the year-end party. You'll see that it's not a large group, but they're a good team. Typically here, it's usually super hot. Today it is like perfect. Overcast, not hot at all. I see a lot of people bundled up. They look like they're, it's gonna snow or something, but for me, of course, it feels great. Living in Vietnam is interesting. I mean, there's never a dull moment. Always something going on. Typically, I try to work out 2 times a day. So I always walk in the morning. Typically 5-kilometer walk every morning. Sometimes if I'm out of time, it'll be 4-kilometer walk. And then at lunchtime, I usually try to hit the weights, and I'm not as consistent on that, but it's still about 5 times a week for weight training. And it's Saturday here, so I spent the morning at the dealership already. Now I'm heading to the gym. All right, check in later. Walking back from the gym. There's a funeral here. getting ready. They're sacrificing to the spirits. So they set out food for the spirits, and they try to feed the spirits that are hanging around. And they've had a loved one just die, and I'm not sure exactly how it works, but they believe that the spirit hangs around for a certain amount of days. I think it's 100 days. And then after 100 days, they move on, or I'm not too sure how it works, but sad day for them. Okay, walking back to the hotel now. Get ready for a year-end party number 2. This one will be much smaller. And my speech will be similar, but will be at a different type of feel. So I'll try to bring them all together, sitting down, and just try to speak to them as best I can. English level is not as good here for the general staff, so I have to find somebody to do a little translating for me, since I didn't bring anybody to translate on this trip. When it comes to the gym, if you're not regularly working out, lifting weights, exercising, there's absolutely nothing you can do, I feel, that helps your mental ability. Just your overall feeling, a good feeling from the gym. The stimulation of your muscles somehow kicks off those serotonin or dopamine or something in your system. For me, I feel depressed if I'm not working out at least once a day. At the end of the day, your health is pretty much all you have. It's your only, it's your best commodity next to time. Without time and without your health, there's pretty much nothing else. I'll show you around a little bit. So, they're getting ready for Tet, which is the Lunar New Year, which they will celebrate here in a couple weeks. It's their Christmas and New Year's, Thanksgiving kind of wrapped up into one. Here's another part of the funeral. I don't want to film that too much out of respect. Life is very different here than U.S. People here are incredibly nice. Everybody's busy. Everybody's hustling. Everybody has to work for what they got in general. Just like America, I guess. Heading back to the hotel. I'll review my speech a couple more times. I know it pretty much by heart because it's from my heart. It's my dream for these great people that I get to lead. I hope that I'm able to bring some different perspective to them. I think that because I'm the oldest person in the company, I see things differently than most. I look at all the mistakes I made, how can I help somebody not make those mistakes? How can I wake somebody up? How can they get a faster start at life than I did? I had to be brain dead for a while, not listen to people who tried to help me, thought I could do it myself. So I will review my speech, get ready, get dressed, and head to the ballroom. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, that is good.
Okay, thank you. We are 1, 2, 3, yo. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ok.
Ok, đúng ạ. Rồi mọi người ơi, Lý đâu ạ? Sẵn sàng chưa? 1, 2, 3, yo. 2, 3, yo. 2, 3,
Yo.
chúc mừng. Vâng, ok, thank
Chúc mừng
you,
năm
Mr.
mới.
David. Ok, và chúc cho tất cả các anh chị chúng ta sẽ có một năm mới làm thật nhiều, thật thành công và sẽ có rất nhiều những thành quả để chúng ta trong năm tiếp theo. Và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ nghỉ ngơi một tí và thưởng thức ẩm thực cho nhà hàng chuẩn bị. Chúng ta sẽ lên món.
Sing dap, sing dap, sing dap. All about your mind and how you think. Now, number 2 is our feelings. Oh, our feelings. Really successful people, they don't worry about their feelings. Really successful people let their habits create their feelings. Now, this is a hard one. This is very hard. Sometimes people are angry, or sometimes people are upset, and that comes back on you, and how you react to that is whether you're going to be successful or not. When I was 21 years old, I went from parts department into service department, and I became a service advisor at a car dealership. Now, service advisor at a car dealership is a little different than service advisor at the motorcycle store. The car people are mad. They have to bring their car in for service. They need it now. They have kids to pick up. They can't be here. They're upset every time. So I first start as a service advisor, and I get up there and the first lady that's yelling at me, I'm like, whoa, yeah, this is different. So after a while, I start making mistakes. I get upset. This lady yelling at me, it's not my fault, her car broken. And it affects how I deal with the next customer. And after a while, I had to figure out that I had to let my habits control my feelings, not some other person. So when some other person was mad at me, I can't let them control how I feel. And how I fix that, and how you can fix that, is you gotta focus on the habits. And in our jobs, it's focusing on the process. In sales, you focus on the process. First step, second step. You don't focus on the rejection, you focus on the process. So how we let our habits control our feelings is the second point. It's very important. The really successful people in this world let their habits control their feelings. They don't let their feelings control their habits. Brian Tracy says, you cannot control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude towards what happens to you. Now, I feel there's two things you ultimately have control on in your life, okay? The things that you absolutely can control. You can't control the weather, you can't control our customer, you can't control many things, but you can control your attitude. You can choose your attitude. It's a choice. The second thing is you can choose your effort. You can choose your effort, how hard you work. Okay, that's a wrap for my second year in party. Much smaller, but good people there. Now I go to sleep, wake up, fly to Hanoi, and do it again. Night light in Da Nang, it looks good. Let me show you a little better. There we are. Riverboats, all lit up. They have little cruises where they get dinner and head down the river. Dragon Bridge is lit up. And this is the night sky of Da Nang. All right, see you tomorrow. Well, it's the morning time. And that part of the speech where I talk about letting my habits control my feelings, this is where I hear that in my head a lot. This is the part of making a habit that has worked well for me in the past. Let me set my watch here. 5:26 in the morning. My alarm was set for 5:11. And I always have that little internal battle in the morning. But this is how I fixed it. When I hear that little voice say, "Oh, you don't have to get up and exercise this morning. Just, you're tired. You can stay in bed." That's when I pop up. That's like the ejection button. Boom. And for me, one of the ways that's really helped me form this habit of getting up every morning early and walking is I've told myself, hey, you're an athlete, okay? This is what athletes do. They get up and exercise every day. It's kind of like same thing for reading books. And I got that from that Atomic Habits of James Clear. You see yourself as an athlete. Athletes work out. See yourself as a reader, and readers read. Anyways, so pretty empty on the streets at 5 in the morning, but still people in the fishing industry, they're getting ready. Need to get to work. So I'm gonna take a 5-kilometer lap here on the bank of the river here in Da Nang. We'll see what we can find. Now the one thing that I pair up my walking in the morning time is with some education. So I typically listen to podcasts in the morning time, It's my study time. It's my secret weapon on finding the time to learn and exercise at the same time. And that's how it works. I get a lot of benefit from that. Okay. Keep rolling here. Vietnam is a very safe place. You might get your phone snatched, maybe. But other than that, no one's gonna mess with you. Very friendly people. As I finish up my walk, I wanted to talk about why I do the podcast. And, at a certain point, I think we hit an age of significance. How what's more important to me now is different than what it was, even 5 years ago. My journey to get to Vietnam was me chasing a purpose. And I had no idea at the time when I got here that, God would give that to me pretty clearly. And so I do the podcast for significance. I do the podcast because I want to give back the life lessons I've learned. Things that I want someone else to learn way before I did. And being able to do that, even though it doesn't feel comfortable, I can tell you right now, this first time doing the vlog, showing what I do for these next few days is not comfortable for me. I feel out of place. And getting out of your comfort zone is super important. That's where all the growth happens. So the podcast is so I can give back, and especially to the people that taught me things. It's like a potential rainy day, a little bit cloudy. And it's nice and cool, not hot. Usually it's very hot here. And people are dressed up like it's dead of winter, but it's like 65 in Fahrenheit. I'm guessing. I know it's 18 degrees in Celsius. There's the hotel on the right. Working my way back, doing the loop. And if you are watching this, you watched it this far, thank you very much. I hope I'm able to help you. I hope I'm able to spark something inside of you that maybe causes you to have a new idea. And, thank you. Thank you very much. I made a video not that long ago about my planner, and when I am finished with my morning walk, I get back and I usually make sure I have my day planned out. Now this is not my scheduling, okay? This is like my priorities list. I call it the Power List. And that comes from Andy Frisella, and it's also based on Brian Tracy and Eat That Frog. So I take the top 5 things that I need to get done no matter what, that really push me forward. It's not about, work out, or, it's more like, hey, I make sure you call so-and-so for, something that's been maybe delaying or putting off, right? And then also I like to write about, what's going on a little bit. So it has some thoughts every day. So when I reflect at the end of the year, it helps me. When I reflect at the end of the month, it helps. And then, someday my kids will have these planners and kind of know what Dad was doing, and that's something important to me. I'd love to have one for my grandpa. I'd love to have that. So anyways, writing in my journal / planner is something that I do every morning after my walk. Okay. Going to breakfast, then to the airport. Okay, breakfast time. Typically I have an omelet made with butter instead of oil and some type of meat. I also do something weird. I put butter in my coffee. And so breakfast time is now. Hotel breakfast. I'm going to spare you the pain of watching me eat, but I had a couple questions that was asked of me before, and was, why do I always dress up? And especially when I'm a motorcycle dealer, right? So typically, I could wear a t-shirt every day, and I see a lot of my peers, that's what they wear. They just wear t-shirts and stuff. But some of my heroes of my life as growing up, they always wore good clothes. And for example, let me find it here. There's a picture that I just saw recently. Where is he? Tom Landry. Now, Tom Landry was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys when I was a little kid growing up. And, there he is right here. So, Coach Landry was always dressed up like this. And it's kind of, what I think about is how we portray ourselves in the public. And so I've always had not always, actually I used to look terrible, but now I've always tried to make sure that I'm very presentable, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know, who's watching you, and so that's why I'm usually dressed up in public. Here's a little bit what the breakfast is like. In Asia, the breakfasts are a little bit more than just your continental breakfast. Lots of selection. I'm getting ready to fly to Hanoi from Da Nang, and I've been trying to film a vlog. If you've ever done that, hats off to you. It's way harder than I expected. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but hey, you know, that's how you grow, right? But, you know, it got me thinking in why and the significance of what I'm trying to accomplish. And, you know, that's what happens when you move to a certain point in your life where significance becomes important. And, you know, the whole reason I do my podcast, my YouTube channel, Unlock Potential with David Archibald, is because I want to do that. I want to give back. I want to have some significance. So if you didn't know, I have a podcast and a YouTube channel. It's Unlock Potential with David Archibald, and it's my way to try to give back, especially to the people that have taught me things. You know, I really feel that people don't live up to their potential. Lord knows I didn't live up to my potential, and every day I do my best to strive to live up to my potential. So if you are a young leader or you know somebody that needs a little bit of leadership help or in sales, check out my podcast and my YouTube channel, Unlock Potential with David Archibald. Thank you and have a great day. Okay, let's see if I can find my driver. Different driver this time, Mr. David. Hello, Ang. How are you?
Yeah, okay.
Good, man. Okay. The air quality's been really bad in Hanoi. You come out here, you can smell it.
Sành B, em mở sành B anh ơi.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Đoạn ở trên đấy này không ấy?
Perfect, man. Okay. Perfect, man. Thank you. Okay. So I'm really fortunate to have a really good friend here that owns a...
Would I with you?
Yep, thank you, man. Owns a rental car company, and he gives me an amazing deal on a car. So when I get to Hanoi, they're waiting to pick me up at the airport and take me to the hotel, and I take care of that myself. So it is definitely good to know some very nice people. Thank you, Mr. Huang. Okay, getting settled into my room here in Hanoi. Got a nice little balcony here. Have a meeting with Mr. Matthew at 3 p.m. We'll go for a walk. Air quality is super bad today, but it's nice and cool today, which makes it better. When it's super hot, it's really hot here. All right, time to grab some lunch and then get going. Super duper hard. I didn't understand how hard it is to do a vlog until I started one here.
How long have you been doing that?
Just this weekend. I have three year-end parties in 3 days in 3 cities.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to have. Okay, here we go. Year-end party number 3. 3 days, 3 cities, 2 hotels, too many cars. But tonight I really hope that my team can understand that what I tell them is from my heart. I want the best for them, and I have a dream for them. Hey man. Thank you, sir. Okay, here we go. Cars here. Hello, Hank. Okay. Yes, sir. Rush hour traffic hopefully won't be too bad on our way to the Soul Villa restaurant. I'm super excited tonight for the year-end party in Hanoi. This is the 3rd year-end party I've had to do in 3 days, and all of them are different. They're unique. Hanoi, people really get dressed up really well, so I'm excited to see what's happening tonight. We're at the SLO Village, Slow Village, ready for the year-end party number 3. Thanks for joining me, and let's see what's happening. Thanks. And that effort is number 3, is action. It takes action. But not only do you have to start something, you have to finish it. Nothing gets done without action in anything. In your job, in your life, in your marriage, in anything, it takes action. Raising your children, learning something new. Take the person that, oh, I'm gonna lose 10 kilos this year and I'm gonna go to the gym, and they talk and talk and talk. A week later, nothing happened. This is the week right now in the new year, January, where all the people that said, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this and this, they're already done. I'm gonna read books, I'm gonna learn a new language, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna lose weight. That's all done already. By the 15th, most of those people already stopped trying to do what they needed to do. So action, finishing. This is one of the most important things that you can do. When you set your mind to something, you need to do it. And you need to follow through and be persistent and don't give up. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a week or a month. And they underestimate what can happen in 1 year. I guarantee you right now, I guarantee you, if you change the way you think, you change your habits to control your feelings, and you make action by doing what you know needs to be done, your life's completely different. In 1 year, you would be a completely different person. You'd have a completely different life. I guarantee it. Walt Disney says the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. It takes action. Everyone knows what they need to do, but very few people take the time to execute it. Very few. And as everyone's attention gets sucked in on their phone and they watch their phone all day, the action keeps going down and down and down. And in the future, 1 year, 2 years from now, the people that actually are moving and being active in action, they're gonna dominate. They're gonna dominate because everyone else is glued to their phone and they're distracted. Everyone's distracted. Okay? So my dream for you this year, my dream for you is to think realistically about your problems and find ways to solve them. Don't get stuck on your problem. Find a solution. Number 2, let your habits control your feelings. Don't let your feelings control your habits. Don't do or react to what happens. Respond. Respond by doing what you know you need to do. And number 3, take consistent action. Start something and finish it. Finish it. I know you can do it. These are 3 things that you guys can do in 2025. And if you follow through, if I could teach you anything, this is it. My dream for you, my dream for every one of you, to do those 3 things in 2025, and you will have a different life. I guarantee it. Okay? Deal? Deal? Okay. All right. I'm super happy that you guys are in our family. I don't consider you guys my staff. You're part of my family. I have moved from I need to do this, sell this, make this money to how can I help you in my life? I moved. How can I help you? How can I make you better? That's where I'm at now. So please listen. If you need my help, ask for my help. The newsletter every week, I put in the newsletter. I try to make you guys better. Read the newsletter I send out every week. Get better, and let's have a great year in 2025. Thank you very much.
Vâng, xin cảm ơn những lời chia sẻ vô cùng tuyệt vời đến từ ông David rất nhiều. Và xin mời ông cùng nén lại khu vực sân khấu cùng với chúng tôi một tí xíu được không ạ? Và tiếp theo chương trình, Vinh Quang xin được trân trọng kính mời tiến về khu vực sân khấu chị Nguyễn Thị Thu Hương, Giám đốc Tài chính. Tiếp theo, Vinh Quang xin được trân trọng kính mời tiến về khu vực sân khấu anh Lê Duy Lực, Giám đốc thương hiệu Triumph, KTM và Husqvarna Việt Nam. Tiếp theo Vinh Quang sẽ được mời lên khu vực sân khấu anh Lê Nguyễn Quang Thịnh, giám đốc thương hiệu Harley Davidson Việt Nam. Vâng, xin mời các anh chị đã có mặt có tên sau vừa rồi, chúng ta sẽ cùng tiến lên khu vực sân khấu được không ạ? Vâng, kính thưa quý vị thân mến, đang có mặt trên khu vực sân khấu của chúng ta là 4 thành viên vô cùng đặc biệt, và xin mời tất cả quý vị chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau nâng cao chiếc ly của mình lên được không ạ? Và bây giờ Vinh Quang sẽ hô 1, 2, 3, tất cả quý vị chúng ta sẽ hô là thành công. 2, 3 tiếp theo thì tất cả quý vị chúng ta sẽ hô là phát triển, và 2, 3 cuối cùng chúng ta chi một cái thật là lớn được không quý vị ơi? Ok, sẵn sàng chưa nào? Đi đâu? 1, 2, 3.
Time come.
2, 3.
Time come.
2, 3.
Time come.
Vâng, rất tuyệt vời. Và xin mời tất cả các thành viên của chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau cạn ly và chúc cho tất cả thành viên của đại gia đình chúng ta sẽ có một năm mới.
Monday morning, now I am getting ready to head to a couple meetings. Today's the first day I did not walk. I did not do my normal walk. My foot has been killing me. I have a bone spur that I have just dealt with the pain for a long time, and I'm going to give it a rest. So I walked across the street to the hotel over there, which has a gym. I lifted weights this morning. I didn't want to show you. I thought it was a little weird. Still trying to get used to the whole blogging thing. And now I'm going to get showered and head to my first meeting. Air quality really bad. Okay, I'm off to my first business meeting of the morning. I can't really tell you who it is that I'm meeting because it's a secret, and I would be in trouble probably if I shared it. Anyhow, we will head there. It's going to take about an hour drive to get to that part of the city. The car is here for me already this morning. Let's see if I can flip it. Here we go. Good morning, brother. How are you? Good, good, good. Thanks, man. So I'm staying in the old quarter, it's called, of Hanoi. And it's, if you've never been here, it is worth coming to check out. You know, lots of old shops, very small roads, but it's very unique. And it's the cool part of the year, the weather. Everyone's bundled up here, but it feels really good because sometimes it gets super hot here. Super hot. Okay, heading to the meeting. Okay, getting ready for my meeting. It's bad lighting. Getting ready for my meeting. And then I'll head to work. So, hold on. As I wait for my government man to show up for my meeting, I wanted to show you something that I try to do when I visit my other dealerships. And what I do is I have HR make me some flashcards for my team. And these flashcards help me make sure I remember names. You know, as you get bigger, and you know, it's really important that you know your team's names. One of the things that really bothers me is when I see somebody in the dealership and I don't know their name. That really bugs me. So what I do is especially the technicians, right? There are a lot of times those guys. I bet you most dealers do not know all of their technicians' names. So, you know, anytime we get a new staff, I add the card, and then I typically separate them into two piles, people that I know very well and the people that I need to remember. And then, you know, yeah, this kind of helps me remember people's names of the people that work for us. I have 8 dealerships, so it gets a little bit complicated on who all the techs are and all that. So that's just a trick that I'll share with you. Okay, I want to recap a little bit about what these 3 days have been like. I was in Saigon, had a new year-end party. Then I went to Da Nang, had a year-end party. Hanoi year-end party. Today I finish up some stuff for the Lunar New Year, Tet. So I visited someone in the government that I visit every year at this time. And in Vietnam, like I said before, this is their festive time. Their Christmas and New Year's kind of wrapped up in one. And, you know, I feel some differences between the cities. I feel Hanoi really is into the, you know, this time of year of Tet. It's about, you know, going home to where your mom and dad are, or where you're from, and then spending time with your family. I think that for me, that, you know, I see that having and keeping traditions is super important, and I feel like Vietnamese people really think that too. So now I'm gonna have another business meeting with Mr. Matthew Weber. He's an author. He's gonna come for a few minutes here. I'm gonna talk to him about a book. And then I will have dinner with one of my good customers that helps me with the car. So Mr. Huang and I will have dinner tonight. He usually brings one of his sons with him. So it'll be a good time tonight. And, you know, see how it goes. Thanks. Okay, finished up my meeting with the ambassador's assistant. Okay, airport. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I don't.
Okay, finished up my meeting at the embassy, and now I am on my way to the airport to head home. The ambassador wasn't available, so his team was there to greet me, and out of respect, I won't film in there. But I really enjoy going to the embassy. I've had really, really good relationship with Dr. Bader, who is the ambassador, and the amount of desire to help, you know, the UAE company that I work for is amazing, and it's been really, really good work with them. So now we go to the airport at the got a flight in maybe an hour and a half, actually. I need to board my flight in 40 minutes, so I'm gonna knock out some emails, do a little bit of work, and then head to the plane and home. Okay, plane number 3, heading home, Hanoi to Saigon. Back to the land of horns. Everybody's honking. It's normal here. Just means like, hey, I'm coming right here. Okay, airport is a lot busier than normal. Here comes Max. Be able to dump this and jump and roll. Hey, Max. I got it. Jump in. Go ahead, go. Okay. Traffic bad, huh? Yeah, it's beginning to be very difficult. All right, 3:30. See how long it takes to go 11 kilometers. As I'm almost home and right at almost 1 hour to go 11 kilometers. I want to say thanks for hanging out with me for these 3 days. I appreciate you watching, and I really hope that you kind of got an idea of what happens and what I got going on here. I really am, never bored. There's always something going on. There's lots to do. The way of doing business here, the way of doing things is much different, and I really like the challenge. It's always a challenge some way, somehow. So I really appreciate you watching, and if I can help you in any way, let me know. Thank you.